Although a box office and critical success, the second part of Denis Villeneuve's Dune adaptation, Dune, Part 2, sparked curiosity among fans of author Frank Herbert's original novel series regarding the presence of one major character, Alia Atreides. Alia, the younger sister of Timothée Chalamet's Paul Atreides and portrayed by Anya Taylor-Joy, briefly appeared in a dream sequence but was largely omitted from the film. This exclusion, although seemingly minor in Villeneuve's current vision of the Dune franchise, will ultimately have massive consequences. Whereas Taylor-Joy's Alia remained largely in utero in Part 2, her book counterpart played a large part in not only the sequels, but in the original novel as well. As the younger sister of the Kwisatz Haderach, Alia was born a full Reverend Mother and an abomination after having been exposed to the water of life while in the womb. Her innate abilities pushed her to the forefront of the forthcoming Atreides Empire, but her absence from Part 2 leaves the future of Villeneuve's franchise in murky waters. Alia was a key player in Herbert's Dune series. Alia wielded a lot of power in the books. As the sister of Paul Atreides, Alia played a key role in the creation and ultimate longevity of the Atreides Empire. It is noted by the Padishah Emperor Shaddam for that Alia was in command of an attacking group of Freeman rebels. Alia also killed her maternal grandfather, Baron Harkonnen, by pricking him with a poisonous gom jabbar. This differs from Part 2's interpretation of the Baron's death, as it is Paul who kills him, not Alia. Furthermore, Alia kills fallen Sardaukar and Harkonnen soldiers with a crysknife, earning her the title, Saint Alia of the Knife. Again, the movie presents a very different version of events. Alia's influence extends beyond the original Dune novel. In Dune Messiah, 12 years after the conclusion of the first book, Alia is named regent and the guardian of Paul and Chani's children, Leto II and Ganima, following a blinded Paul's exile into the desert. Because of her immense power as Reverend Mother and as the ruler of the Atreides Empire, Alia is worshipped by the Freemen. However, during her reign, Alia progressively becomes more devious and power-hungry as she succumbs to abomination, leading her to be possessed by Baron Harkonnen, his revenge for her part in his death. In the conclusion of Children of Dune and following Paul's death, Alia regains control of her body from the Baron, sucedes control of the Empire to Leto II, and throws herself from a window to her death. Her prevailing influence throughout the story highlights that she is a very significant character in Herbert's version of the Dune universe. As a result, her absence from the movie creates a potential problem. Alia's absence will force Villeneuve to get creative. Her actions were given to Paul in the movie. Though the awakening of Alia's mind in utero was a prominent aspect of Part 2, Villeneuve's decision to compress the timeline, thereby keeping Lady Jessica, Rebecca Ferguson, pregnant and putting more pressure on Paul, forced him to reassign aspects of Alia's role to Paul, specifically the death of Baron Harkonnen. This presents a problem for Alia's characterization in Part 3, since Alia's role in the Baron's death is a key aspect of her later development. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Villeneuve acknowledged that the decision was a strong curve that we took, but I felt that it was very close to the spirit of the book. He added that by compressing the timeline and having Lady Jessica speak to the sentient fetus, it was a way to more precisely express how Alia becomes this abomination. Although there are currently no plans to adapt Children of Dune, the threat of Alia succumbing to abomination via the persona of the Baron is one that looms over her story. Alia's absence also raises questions regarding the timeline of Part 3. Whereas in Dune Messiah, Alia is a teenager, Taylor-Joy was 26 whilst filming Part 2. It is unclear what Villeneuve has planned for Taylor-Joy's character, but her age and large absence during the majority of Part 2 will ultimately affect the direction of Villeneuve's Dune franchise. Either Taylor-Joy plays a teenage or preteen Alia in Part 3, Villeneuve drastically extends the timeline, or Alia is recast with a younger actress. All three options represent a major change for the story.